Confident and welcome to Weekend Edition. I'm Isa Baza. Glad you could join us. From promotions to training and the possibility of starting up a new cycle of recruits, the Guam Fire Department's Deputy Chief gives Joan Ugancharfris the latest update.
It was back in November of last year when Adelup announced plans to implement promotions within the Guam Fire Department and the Guam Police Department in order to right-size leadership for improved government efficiency. It was made possible by Public Law 33-163, authored by then-Senator Brant McCready. Fast forward to this month, in which GFD recently promoted 8 firefighters to battalion chief and 1 to assistant fire chief.
These are middle to upper management positions that are very critical to our chain of command and our 3 to 7 ratio for span of control.
Because of the high attrition rate, retirements, and other reasons, Deputy Fire Chief Joey Siniclis says there has been a huge gap in middle management, authority, and responsibilities.
We've addressed that, not 100%, but somewhere around the 80 to 90%, which brings a whole new level of command and control, which is necessary to meet NFPA standards and OSHA standards.
So the status on remaining positions that need to be filled within the department?
What's next in the chute is the positions of fire captain. These positions are what's in charge of each firehouse, officers in charge, and then also fire lieutenant and firefighter twos. And these are your first line supervisor and operator positions on the fire truck, on the ambulances, and any other response unit that we have out there.
Siniclis says he has been assured by the Department of Administration, who has full control of recruitment and establishing lists, that the process will begin shortly, pending review of appeals that have been submitted. Once cleared, he will be given the certified and validated list to begin interviews. Back in July, Public Safety Committee Chair Talina Nelson held a hearing regarding concerns raised by some in the fire department that they were not given a fair opportunity to take courses needed for certification.
That's what the whole intent of establishing a certification standard for each position within the Guam Fire Department. It's something that practically all fire services have gone to already.
And while it didn't favor well for some,
we believe that the Guam Fire Department has done everything in its power in the past 4 years, actually, in providing certification courses, notification, information, and also ensuring that the firefighters understand the importance in upward mobility that these standards are going to play.
He adds that the department continues training and certification.
And it's not just pro board, it's not just pro board certifications, it's EMS training, hazardous material, search and rescue, rappelling, all kinds of training. I mean, we're a very wide type of service in what we do. We cover a lot of complex technical capabilities, and so we got to constantly train throughout our whole profession.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Joan Ugancharfris.
The Guam Fire Department is investigating a house fire that occurred in Jigo last week. It happened just after 2 p.m. Wednesday at the Goring Villa. Units showed up to find flames coming from a concrete home, but fire officials say it was confined to a single bedroom. People living there were able to get out in time. Fortunately, no one was injured. The extent of damages has not yet been released. The fire was put out around 2:30 p.m. and the cause is being investigated at this time. The Guam Waterworks Authority wants to update the implementation guidelines for the system development charge. GWA General Manager Miguel Berdalio says they need to clean up some inconsistencies and provide more flexibility to handle line upgrades that aren't large enough to require a full-scale capital improvement. But CCU board member George Bomba wants to make sure charges don't go through the standard government review process.
Just because you're amending, just because you got the original one approved through the AAA doesn't mean that any amendments to what they approved are going to be automatically implemented.
The system development charge was implemented in 2010 for new developments to pay their share of the cost of water and sewer line improvements. In education news, a shortage of one-to-one school aides was a major topic of concern brought up at a Guam Education Board meeting Tuesday evening. Member Mark Mendiola recalled seeing one parent escorting their child at Southern High School because of the lack of school aides available on the first day of school.
Is also receiving some services. I asked him to see if we could hold a working session specifically to deal with our special education I think there's a lot at stake, and he's well aware of that. I think we need to tighten and close the gaps.
While there were a total of 45 vacant one-to-one school aide positions earlier this week, Deputy Superintendent Erica Cruz said the department's Human Resources Division is working to fill them as soon as possible. However, the cost of providing the required clearances may be an obstacle to potential applicants. Vice Chair Maria Gutierrez said the positions should have been filled at least 2 weeks before classes began. As for teacher vacancies, there were a total of 29 teacher vacancies earlier this week and 9 without an identified candidate as of Tuesday. The Guam Education Board has approved a new negotiation team in the talks between the board and Guam Federation of Teachers relative to a teacher union contract that has yet to gain final approval. A draft collective bargaining agreement was approved by the board and the union back in March, but failed to gain approval from the Attorney General's office. Instead, the AG returned the draft contract to the board unsigned in July with a list of suggestions. Board member James Lujan said he's confident negotiations will go smoothly, adding the remaining issues are fairly minor. 2 years after his untimely passing, a dedicated and respected corrections officer is posthumously promoted. Jonah Goncharfris has the story.
Frank J. Garcia III had been with the Department of Corrections for about 17 years, serving in various capacities with the agency.
He was in the infirmary, I think, early on in his career. He ran the law library for a few years. He was in Central, Post 24, Post 9. He was also in Internal Affairs.
On July 17, 2015, Garcia passed away as a result of a motorcycle accident in Mighty. He was just 43 years old. According to his widow, Darlene, at the time of his death, Garcia was detailed to the Guam Homeland Security as part of the Marianas Fusion Center.
He definitely took his job very seriously. Wherever he was assigned to, he really went outside the box and took it a step further in making whatever it was that he needed to do better than what was expected of him.
A request had been submitted to DOC for Garcia to be posthumously promoted. It was a request that Deputy Director Kate Baltazar says they were happy to oblige.
It was all in God's perfect time, because we are thankful that it was during our time that we could be looped into something so wonderful and for such a wonderful correction officer.
On August 17th, an intimate ceremony was held at the DEPCOR Chapel. It was filled with family, friends, co-workers, and officers who didn't know Garcia personally, but had heard how great Frank really was.
I didn't know what a promotion entailed when somebody passes away. All I knew was that I wanted to see my husband recognized for the hard work that he did when he was alive. What they presented me, the amount of co-workers and people that were there, including my family, was such a humbling and honoring experience, because I honestly wasn't expecting that. I don't even know what I was expecting, but it definitely wasn't that. I really appreciate everything that DOC did to honor him on that day.
DEPCOR officials worked to make the ceremony a special one.
You know, there's a patch that Correction Officer 2 gets when they make rank. And I think that it would be nice if we got that patch and presented that along with the certificate.
Darlene is forever grateful to DOC for making the ceremony meaningful.
The day that we did it, August 17th, was sentimental for us, because we honor Frank every 17th of the month, because he died on July 17th. And so doing it on August 17th was so significant and so sentimental, and it just meant so much more to us that we actually did it on that day. So for them to be able to do it on that particular day just meant everything to us.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Goncharfris.
The U.S. Navy is seeking public comments on its plans to expand undersea training in the Western Pacific and bombing of an uninhabited island north of Guam. The proposed undersea training activities include testing of sonar and explosives in the waters surrounding Guam and the Mariana Islands. The activities are to support military readiness requirements beyond 2020. The military is requesting comments to include potential environmental issues and viable alternatives to be considered during the drafting of the Supplemental Environmental Impact Statement. The Navy previously completed an EIS in 2015 for at-sea training and testing activities within the Mariana Islands training and testing area. The deadline to submit comments is September 15th. For more information, you can visit www.mit-eis.com. Following up on a story that we first brought you a couple weeks ago about baby Liam Brown and his cancer treatment. The 1.5-year-old was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer which affects the bone and soft tissue. After starting his first round of chemotherapy, he started to lose his hair. His parents, Bruce and Linda, in show of support and love, shaved their heads as well. According to Linda, Liam started his second round of treatment on Thursday. The Browns currently have a GoFundMe page set up and are less than $800 away from reaching their goal. The Coast Guard Foundation, a nonprofit organization committed to the education and welfare of all Coast Guard members and their families, announced that they awarded a record 166 scholarships. Combined with 10 multi-year scholarship recipients and 3 Fallen Hero Scholars, the foundation is currently supporting 179 students with $500,000 in support this year. Amy Kakapit, daughter of OSI Jesus B. Kakapit III, was awarded a scholarship. The Joliet resident will attend University of Guam in the fall. It's worth noting that Kakapit was also the 2017 valedictorian at Notre Dame High School. Stay tuned. Next on Weekend Edition, we'll rehash some of the big stories of the past week, and still to come, the Guam Crime Stoppers report.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming, KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
This is Tabby. Tabby service provider is IT&E. This allows her to walk on campus without having to rely on Wi-Fi.
Hey, Abby. Hey, I switched to the IT&E student plan just like you. I love how affordable their plan is. I'm so glad I switched to IT&E. What?
Get up to 5 gigs a month for just $30 and the first 3 months free at IT&E.
Why is tourism Guam's #1 industry? Tourism benefits our economy. Visitors come to our shores to experience our island. More tourist spending means more dollars flowing into our economy. Tourism creates jobs. From bell service to front desk to tour agents, more jobs mean more opportunities. Tourism builds businesses. From hotels to shops to restaurants. More businesses mean more dreams come true. Tourism preserves our culture. In the visitor industry, culture takes center stage. Celebrating our culture means keeping our traditions alive. Tourism keeps our land and waters clean. It all adds up. Tourism improves our quality of life. It helps make Guam a better place to live, work, and visit. Tourism works for Guam.
At Shell, it's about offering more than just fuel. It's about providing service to people. From hot coffees to warm welcomes, from clean bathrooms to fresh food, we're on a mission to make you leave happier than when you arrived. So whatever your journey, we're here. Welcome to service. Welcome to Shell. Serving the islands for over 30 years. Share your story at Shell Foodies Guam on Instagram and Facebook. #Station Stories, #Shell Guam.
Hyundai's summer clearance event is happening now at Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus and Mighty. With financing as low as 1.99%. There's no better time to drive a new Hyundai Accent, ranked highest in initial quality, starting at just $11,995. Or the new Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. SUV lovers, check out the new Hyundai Tucson starting at $19,995. Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's our Hyundai summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
You got her on Guam's favorite I-94, Andy and Mariah in the AM. All right, Guam's favorite I-94, the second 2 o'clock. Woo! So, holla at your boy.
Guam's favorite, I-94.
Hop in and welcome to Rehash, where we recap the big stories of the weekend. This week, let's start with the birthday boy, Lester.
Yeah, well, one of the stories that we were working on today was the fact that the contract was let for the Retidian live fire training range, $78 million to Black Construction, which is one of the key projects for the military relocation. But it's also a little bit of controversy because there are groups that are protesting that site because they view it as a very pristine ecosystem, especially for the northern part of Guam, and they fear that the firing range will create damage to that. So while it's good news for the military buildup, there are a lot of environmental groups that will be protesting that.
Similar story along the lines with the military buildup. DOE this past week raised concerns that 80 acres of land in Jigo will likely be given back to the federal government. This is actually because the Department of Education, actually government of Guam as a whole, failed to develop the property into an educational, for educational purposes. And so it's been a long time, 25 years, different administrations, different superintendents. So finally, USDOE is taking the land back. But Superintendent John Fernandez is saying, well, there's this net negative agreement. There's not supposed to be more land given to the military. So if the federal government is going to take 80 acres and use it for the Department of Defense, then we should get another 80 acres back. So I also heard from Joint Region Marianas, and they're saying, well, you know, GovGuam failed to develop this into an educational, for educational purposes, and so we're just taking control since it's near Navy installations already. But they didn't specifically request it for the buildup, and they did say they still plan to be net negative by the end of the military buildup. So we'll see how that develops. I know Superintendent John Fernandez is still hoping for a swap and 80 acres of land in Dedido. So, Crystal, I know you covered a lot going on with the church. What's the latest?
So more developments out of the church. Again, the courts, both the local court and the federal court, have said we're going to grant this motion to stay so that we can allow all the cases to go to mediation and to settle out of court. But the issue this week raised was how much will a mediator cost? A private mediator will cost. So while David Lujan, who's the plaintiff's attorney, stayed mum on how much, attorney Jackie Terlahi, who represents Archbishop Anthony Apron, says she's heard this guy costs $10,000 a day. And so the court has raised a lot of concerns about how much it's going to cost to settle the cases. They're not even including the actual settlements. And so she's proposed that the parties consider using federal judge Alex Munson, who's already on the staff, so he would be at no expense to the parties. Also, upcoming on Tuesday, we'll have the motion to dismiss for Archbishop Anthony Apron. So again, he stands accused 4 times for clergy sex abuse decades ago at Mount Carmel Parish in Agate. So we'll have more on that next week.
All right, and for me, I worked on Bill 163. So Senator Joe Augustine might be shaking some things up with this upcoming election season. So essentially, the bill would allow for better vetting. It would allow for candidates to go through things like a district court, national background check. Not just that, it would allow for mayors to actually live in their village for at least 5 years. Current law only allows for you to be there for 1 year. So, you know, that kind of doesn't really give people an opportunity to really get to know their constituents. And finally, probably the most controversial part of the bill is they're trying to allow for people who are unclassified employees to resign from their jobs if they are trying to run for office. So right now, if you are a government employee, a regular government employee, then that means if you want to run for office, you've got to quit your job. With unclassified employees, people like special assistants or staffers, you know, special staffers at the governor's office or government appointees that have been confirmed with the legislature, they all get to keep their jobs and still run for office. So he kind of wants to even that playing field, you know, and you know, he felt like this was kind of a controversial issue in the past. So that's what I was working on this week.
All right, well, thanks so much, guys. Of course, if you have any news tips for us, just reach out to us at reporters@KUAM.com.
Hyundai summer clearance event is happening now. Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus and Mighty. With financing as low as 1.99%. There's no better time to drive a new Hyundai Accent, ranked highest in initial quality, starting at just $11,995. Or the new Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. SUV lovers, check out the new Hyundai Tucson starting at $19,995. Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. It's our Hyundai summer clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
This is Tabby. Tabby's service provider is IT&E. This allows her to walk on campus without having to rely on Wi-Fi.
Hey, Abby. Hey, I switched to the IT&E student plan just like you. I love how affordable their plan is. I'm so glad I switched to IT&E. What?
Get up to 5 gigs a month for just $30, and the first 3 months free at IT&E.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Kidza Smaasi Matson.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Ruby Tuesday puts the O in dinner combos with Garden Bar Plus entrees for only $20.99. Choose salmon moco, petite sirloin, or pesto chicken pasta. Only at Ruby Tuesday. Oh!
Hey, I thought you were choosing the flute.
Everyone was doing flute.
Buick now has an SUV for that.
Where's your brother?
Hey, Mom, it's a tuba.
Buick Enclave, one of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Get 15% below MSRP on all 2017 Enclave leather vehicles. That's over $7,200 on this Enclave. Visit AutoSpot Buick today.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
KUAM TV 8, your home for Super Bowl 52.
On Wednesday, August 16, at around 9:30 in the morning, officers within the Dededo Precinct Command responded to the Compadres Mall, People's Bazaar No. 1. According to the police reports, it was reported to the officers that the rear door was found unsecured to the People's Bazaar No. 1. 4 store entrances were damaged and found unsecured. The owners of the stores confirmed that numerous electronic and cell phone accessories were taken. Access to the People's Bazaar No. 1 was temporarily closed so that GPD CSIs could process the scene. And the Guam Crime Stoppers and the Guam Police Department is reaching out to the community for their help. If you have any information about this crime or any other crime, please call Guam Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP. That's 477-4357. You can also send a text to 486-HELP. That's 486-4357. You can also submit information of a crime through our webpage at guam.crimestoppersweb.com or call the Guam Police Department at 475-8615, 6 or 7. Guam Crime Stoppers wants to remind the public that we do not use caller ID and you do not have to leave your name. You can receive a cash reward of up to $1,000 if the information provided leads to the arrest and conviction for the person or persons responsible for this crime or any other crime.
Put
$500 in your backpack during Nissan's Back to School Relief event. Purchase a new Nissan with payments starting as low as $76 per pay period and get $500 cash back. School supplies, uniforms, lunches, load it all up in a new Nissan, including the kids. With payments starting as low as $76 per pay period and with $500 cash back, you get an A+. For more back to school deals, go to NissanGuam.com or see your favorite sales associate at Nissan Upper Tumon.
If you get nervous about having dental treatment, you're not alone. An estimated 35 million adults experience anxiety or nervousness at the simple thought of visiting the dentist. As your dentist, I strive to make your visit as painless or pain-free as possible. And I frequently tell my patients that in the 21st century, if we can give you medicines to put your tooth to sleep or medicines to take an infection or toothache away, we can surely give you something to help relax you and take all fear away. No one ought to sit in a dental chair thinking of bad childhood memories or fearing injections. If you're a dental coward, but you really do want your teeth fixed, don't wait until the pain is killing you. Come in, tell us your fears, and set up an appointment. We have convinced many that dental treatment doesn't need to be scary anymore. For your helpful dental minute, I'm Dr. Kenny Bourgeois of Paradise Smiles. You shall never know all the good a simple smile can do.
Happy with Triple J. For a limited time, receive a free $500 Kmart gift certificate on selected new vehicles from Triple J Auto Group. Get the car, the savings, and the supplies just in time for school. 0 down and 1.9% financing on top of the class deals like the Kia Sportage at only $161 per paycheck, or the Mazda CX-3 at only $145 per paycheck, or an all-new Ford F-150 for only $266 per paycheck. Get pre-approved instantly at TripleJGuam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Stop by today at Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Health, home, and lifestyle. News and information on wellness, health, balance, and fitness. Join Isa Baza on Tuesdays for instant motivation, inspiration, and important health news from around our community. Presented by Paradise Fitness. Exercise is medicine. It's KUAM's must-see fall premiere exclusive contest. KUAM Digital wants you to watch the season's best new and returning shows from NBC and CBS in optimum quality on a brand new LG 55-inch smart TV. All you have to do is launch the KUAM News mobile app for iOS and Android, swipe to the exclusive app contest section, and tap on the must-see fall premiere to see how to be eligible for a chance to win. A random winner will be selected on Friday, September 22nd, right in time for the premieres of the best shows on America's most watched networks, CBS on TV 11 and NBC on TV 8. No purchase necessary. Must be a resident of Guam to win. This just in. More prizes added to the KUAM must-see TV fall premiere exclusive giveaway. In addition to a 55-inch smart TV, you can win a mini iPad and fun furniture. Prizes to make your fall TV viewing experience the best ever. Download the KUAM News app and enter our exclusive giveaway today. Some conditions apply. Contest ends September 21st.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday, Asia Timing Out. Happy 6th birthday. Wishing you many more. Hope all your wishes and dreams come true. Love you, baby girl, from Auntie Shelly, Uncle Richard, and the family. Happy birthday, Alexia Sablon Diego, coming from the Max. And happy birthday, Cole Pickle Simer, from Dad, Mom, Gram, Pops, Chloe, Cam, Caden, and Chad. A big happy birthday to Queen Janessa Pablo from your friends and family. And a big happy birthday to KUAM's very own Nestor Lacanto. Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. That's all the time we have from all of us here at Guam's News Network. Thanks for watching and have a safe weekend.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.